Hello again. This is Curt, Managing Partner of CIO Services, LLC. This is the second of two videos about the mashup of voice information access, model-based development, and unstructured database web services. In part 2, we will concentrate on the front end, which was developed in StarPound to access and manage data in Amazon SimpleDB. While Amazon SimpleDB is easy to use, there is a fair amount of initial setup. Namely, a client or clients needs to be set up to perform authentication and connection to the web service operations through the published APIs. Here we show 4 streams which allow attachment to 4 of the main APIs: create domain, list domains, batch put attributes, and select. Taking a brief look at the SimpleDB Developer's Guide, we can see a little more about the data model. Similar to a spreadsheet, the data is held in rows called items and columns which are called attributes. Each piece of data in an item is an attribute value pair. What is particularly interesting and ripe with opportunity is the ability to hold multiple types of data in the same database, called a domain. Also, an attribute can hold multiple values for a single item, which you can see here, and no schema definition need be declared, just add data. As we said, each line in this model implements a web services call to the SimpleDB APIs. On the right in green are the call web service tasks, and in blue the JSF pages which will display the returned data. Remember, the model will develop all necessary Java code for us. Here is a simple web form to kick off the StarPound front-end application. We see the 4 operation choices: create domain, list domains, batch put attributes, and select. We first want to create a new domain or database. So we enter a name, demo in this case. SimpleDB returns some metadata, including the CPU usage for the call. Let's look at our list of domains to make sure demo was added. SimpleDB returns a list in XML format, which we display directly in the JSF page. Now let's query the new domain for data. We type in the domain name and a simple SQL-like command. Of course, nothing is returned since we did not add any data. To add data to the form, we use the batch put attributes web service. This operation adds multiple items and/or attributes at a time. Passing an XML document to the web service is the easiest way. In our case, however, we built a capability into the model to first call data from MySQL and convert it to XML to pass to SimpleDB. All we need to do is to indicate which domain to populate. The data is first shown in XML format prior to executing. At this point, the data can be manually changed, including an indication to replace existing data or not. We press continue to complete the load operation. SimpleDB again returns the CPU usage on the completed operation. Now, just to complete the cycle, we run a couple of queries against the newly populated data. Again, using the SQL-like language, fairly complicated queries can be made. Here we can see the results of the first query. Now let's go back and make a second query. The second query has multiple criteria, is a little more complicated, and also has a sort included. In case you're curious, this is just passed as a string over to the web service and interpreted by the web service on the SimpleDB side. And again, we can see the results that have been taken from the database. If we look on the right, we can see the order by the year and the quantity. That completes the review of SimpleDB front end, which we built in StarPound. And again, remember, without any coding. This was visual development. This completes our two-part video. CIO Services can support any of your IT or business process needs and workflows, including provision of innovative tools to facilitate and institutionalize changes. Please visit us at cioservices.us. Thanks again.